Welcome back. In the wake of the decreasing state of health in the U.S. and throughout the world, Dr. Kurt Tyson has written a new self-help book, and he's joining us this morning to talk about it. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome. It's The Raw Truth.
Yes.
And it's the recipe for reversing diabetes.
Yes.
Huge problem, especially in the African American community. Tell us a little bit, give us the raw truth. Tell us a little bit about the book, what inspired it. Give us some information.
Definitely. Well, right now, about 26 million people have diabetes, and that's expected to increase to about 10% of adults by the year 2030. So it's a huge problem with diabetes. I wrote the book after my own struggle with diabetes. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes back in 2005, actually in November, which is Diabetes Month, and I came across the raw food diet with a program in Arizona with Dr. Gabriel Cousins, and that effectively helped me to reverse my diabetes to where I was able to come off insulin and stabilize my blood sugar levels, which was better than they were on diabetic medication. So we know with diabetes is all about what you eat, right? But you can't just take medication and have normal blood sugar levels. You have to modify your diet, and you also have to increase your exercise. But a lot of people don't know what they need to do, so that's why I created this book, to give them a real guide as far as the steps they need to take, as far as the foods they need to eat and how to exercise.
And you even go so far as to include recipes for people who are thinking, I don't have time, I don't know what to cook, I don't know how to get there. You talk about some of what you're saying here, the facts, the raw truth of it, but you give help.
Definitely.
Hands-on.
Definitely, because again, if you don't know what foods to eat, you're going to just go to the typical stuff that is in the grocery store, right? You have to go back to the basics and start making food for yourself. So a lot of foods that I use is a plant-based diet.
Okay.
It's a raw food diet, so there's no meat, no dairy.
No cooking.
No cooking.
If raw food, I don't know if
exactly.
it is what it says.
It is raw.
Raw food diet.
But with this raw food, we're making raw breads out of using flaxseed, and we're using almonds. We're making pizzas. You can have sushi rolls using vegetables. There's tons of food. Soups are very easy to make. You know, you're using fresh avocados. You're using fresh fruits, not fruits, but fresh vegetables. So you're getting.
Is it difficult?
It is.
Can be from the start.
It can be from the start, because it's changing your whole perspective of what food is. So you have to retrain your taste buds to where you're not taking in a whole bunch of sugars, because everything now is laced with sugars and fats. So
but
now
you're off of insulin.
Off of insulin.
As a result of
exactly.
this raw food diet.
Exactly.
How long, I mean, is it a lifelong process once you start?
It is, but you make it a conscious decision to, because you start to feel healthy. You know, so many people now, number one killer in the United States is heart disease, right? So just because you don't have diabetes doesn't mean you don't have other factors that you have to deal with. And when you have diabetes, those death rates increase for diabetes and cancer as well. So
tell us where we can get it as we get ready to head out.
You can get it on my website at livingrawforlife.com. It is available on Kindle and Nook as well.
Okay.
And I designed a diabetes program. My center is located in Washington, D.C. So if you have diabetes, definitely check out the website. The Raw Truth, the recipe for reversing diabetes. Dr. Kurt Tyson, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Check it out. It could change your life. Coming up in 2 minutes, we'll tell you what stories to look for today at noon. Plus, Daniel will have a final look at the weather. We'll be right back.
Check out Good Morning Delmarva online at WMDT.com.